It was good, yeah. It's Tomahawk Tony, um, holding it down for Buck. We got our guest today, Terry Bow, and he's going to be discussing and presenting information regarding to proper legal processes. Basically perspective changes everything. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get it in. Hey Terry, how you doing?
Good.
Excellent. Yeah, so yeah, you pretty much you told me that you've been studying law, you've been real active in courts and dealing with different legal processes, things of that nature. Can you share like with the audience, with the people, like how you got started in all of this?
For sure. Peace to everybody that came in. I'll try to feed y'all as much of this info as I can. Got started probably about 12 years ago. I think probably like 2005, 2006. Prior to that time, money was plentiful, and you could throw money at a problem. You ain't too much worried about it. After burning through so much money, you have to reconsider, legal fees and things like that. So that'll raise your eyebrow. Like, let me see what's going on. Let me see what it's saying in here. See if I can follow along. But yeah, around 2005 is when I got interested. 2008 is when I got serious about it. Like I was telling you, I had a encounter with an attorney that kind of exposed some things, that reinforced some of the stuff that I was reading about, jurisdiction and court appearances and things like that. So she didn't show up on time on this particular court date. She came in late when I'm already standing at the podium. And the judge kind of looked at her like, "Who are you?" She was like, "Oh, I'm the attorney for the defendant." And he looked on his desk, looked up at her, kind of smiled like, "I don't have a notice of appearance for you, ma'am. You can't speak for him today." So imagine how I felt standing up at the podium thinking like, yeah, my lawyer just split up in here. It's game time. And the judge shut her down. I'm like, wait a minute, now what just happened? Like, what is you saying right now? I paid this lady. Like, what is you saying right now? So after seeing that these people be making mistakes, it just encouraged me to start studying more. So I dove in them books, 2008, 2009, 2010. I'm watching videos, back then there wasn't as many brothers doing it. There was a lot of white guys who were pushing the straw man theory and the sovereign citizen theory, and what was it, the magic money stuff, the acceptable value and all of that.
Yeah.
But I stayed away from that money stuff because I heard stories about people going to jail. I put my brakes on that and I ate as much of that law stuff as I possibly could, for like 6 years. Come about 2014, I was to the point where I could intelligently speak on some things. Like I wasn't as geared as I am now. I still had to have some documents in front of me, and some notes here and there. Now to the point where, we had this whole conversation right now. I won't look at nothing. I stare at the wall. Like all of this information is downloaded in this brain now.
Yo, that's what's up.
It came out of necessity, bro. Got tired of depending on other people and not getting what I was paying for. Still feeling let down. How many times you done had an attorney, paid an attorney, and all they did was make you a deal? Like, I could have made a deal. I could have made a deal.
Hey, yo, that's the truth, man. I mean, so many people, be having some wild experiences, in this legal system. They putting up whatever kind of money, and they not getting the results that was pretty much promised to them. Like these attorneys be like, yeah, I defended and I represented all these different people and I got them off and da 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 da. They sell you a nice dream, and then at the end of the day, it's like, nah, you're like, yo, I know this ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm grateful for your presence right now, because you you actually get busy and provide quality services for people, right?
Oh yeah, big fact.
That's what's up.
I'm doing 2 of my own cases right now, and I'm helping 2 other people with their cases.
Excellent. Yeah, you told me recently you did a lecture recently too, right?
Oh yeah, I did a class down in Detroit probably like a month ago on right to travel information.
Excellent. Yeah, how did that class go?
That class went great. You know, I had some guys in there who had, you know, sat in classes before, but the individuals who were teaching it failed to break it down in a manner that they could actually utilize. You know, they read them a bunch of case law, like, yeah, you got a right to do this and this and that, but they didn't teach them the application. You know, and that was the one thing that I was fortunate enough to have. You know, when the brothers finally did start disseminating this information out as YouTube became more popular, you know, I came across, you know, a guy named True Freeman. He's down in Indiana. You know, he's a young brother. I believe he's younger than me. I'm 39. He might be like 36, 37, something like that. This brother, I'm talking about, does it all. He single-handedly inspired me to not only believe in this information, but, you know, to actually go up in here and have the courage to go up in here and stand on my rights. He was very influential in my upbringing. But, you know, from him, I branched off and I bumped into other people. You know what I'm saying? I've had many mentors over the years.
Yo, that's good, man. You know, that's what it's about, man. You know, that's pretty much what A4 encourages, and that's why I'm grateful for your presence. You know what I mean? You've been a member of A4 and all of that. You know, it's a wonderful thing. We got some real strong people. So basically, like you know, we was discussing legal awareness and procedure and the primary points of discussion. You ready to jump into it?
Yeah.
I bet. So
before
first,
we jump into it, the reason why we chose the name the show Perspective Changes Everything is because we've been taught things in a certain way. And because we have this perspective, we don't understand certain things. So once we break down this information on this show, the perspective will change and it will enable you to actually be able to, oh yeah, now that makes sense. Now you can put your feet on the ground and jump off the porch. So yeah, let's go in.
I bet. Yeah, so first and foremost, civics in public schools. That's the first point of discussion right there, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, we were talking about that like maybe like a week or two ago. I'll share the story that I shared with you.
All right.
One of my hustles is buying old books, buying and selling old books. So I spend a lot of time in like Salvation Armies and old bookstores, you know, getting this old knowledge that people throw away, these old legal books. All of this stuff is still valid. You know what I'm saying? So I was cleaning out my granny's house and I found some of my dad's old high school books. My dad had a civics book from like 1957.
Wow.
And, you know, I heard some people, you know, talk about civics. I myself I didn't understand what the topic was because I didn't get it in school. So, of course, you know, I looked through his book and I seen the stuff that was in there and I was like, well, I'll be damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have helped to learn some of this stuff in there, you know. So I'm looking through the book, you know, mouth on the floor, can't believe the stuff I'm reading, and I didn't learn this stuff. And I just put the book down. Well, I started working on some other stuff, but like a couple weeks after I found that book, I was at a bookshop and I found another civics book, but it was newer. I wasn't gonna get it because I already had my dad's civics book. So I just flipped open the cover. I don't know what made me flip open the cover, but the only reason I bought this other civics book was because of the school district and the year that was on it. Mind you, I was in high school, I believe 90, I would have 96, 97 would have when I graduated. So if I graduated 96, 97, and there was no civics class in middle school or high school, for me to find a book from a public school that would be considered a suburb of the inner city where I'm located, and they're still teaching civics out in that school district, you know, in the early 2000s, you know, like that was alarming to me because of the topics that you learn in the civics class. And I'm like, wait a minute, you know, and then I'm thinking about all of the stuff that people say in regards to, or all the arguments rather that people have regarding inner city kids coming to like the suburban school districts and whatnot. The only time they really want you out there is when you're good at sports or something, you know, where you're beneficial to them. But then, you know, while we thinking it's about an address because we don't live out in these school districts, come to find out they don't want us to benefit from the education that they're receiving out there. Like civics, man. If we break down civics, the topics that you learn in civics, and we supposed to know this stuff already, like it'll make you angry. It'll make you angry.
Yo, you're right, man. I was you know, since we had that discussion a few weeks ago, I've looked up civics, and there is so much information about civics, and it's really crazy that, you know, our youth are being excluded. I mean, that's like a form of discrimination in itself.
It's a handicap, bro.
Yes.
It's more. It's a handicap. It's an actual handicap because we come out of school not knowing how to do things like. Let me read. I'm gonna read them the same page that I read you. We're gonna go into what you learn in the civics class, so y'all can understand, you know, the weight of this, of the information that we missing in the public schools. Wait till you hear this. Okay, these are skills that you would develop in the civics class. They teach you how to use your textbook, learning from pictures, reading flow charts, reading bar graphs, interpreting political cartoons, reading organizational charts, making decisions, writing to your legislator, reading newspaper articles, registering to vote, understanding the polls, using television as a resource, distinguishing fact from opinions, how to work in groups, conducting library research, understanding warranties, and this is where it starts getting good at reading labels, writing checks, reading line graphs, reading health warning signs.
Wow.
Man, using maps, like all of this stuff right here was in a specific course at one point. It was called civics. Now they cram civics into probably a government class where they touch on these topics maybe for like what, a day, a week.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing. I looked it up again. Looked up civics again last night. I downloaded a series of PDFs. You know, ranging anywhere between 15, 20 pages on up to like 200 pages. I haven't had a chance to go through them, but it seems like they combine civics, or they condense civics into social studies.
To a certain extent, yes, I would agree. But like I was telling you, by them removing civics or making it a part of government class, that kind of took away the reason or the weight of civics, because civics teaches you not to be governed. It teaches you how to engage government
and how to govern yourself. All of this contributes to self-governance.
Exactly. So the fact that we don't have this in the inner school, that is an attack on our youth.
And how many generations is this? Because you said this book that was your father's book was dated as of what? You said the 1950s?
Yeah, it was from the 50s. But when I looked into it, I think they probably stopped teaching the subject in our same school district around the 80s, or like sometime in the 80s.
That's crazy. And yeah, well, that's the era of the crack. Yo, that's the crack era right there.
Right.
God
but
damn.
They still teaching it in the suburbs 20 years later. Probably still a class. Matter of fact, I just asked my niece because she goes to a suburban school district, and she says she has a civics class. So here it is. We 2018 now.
Wow. You know, so many of our people have been, you know, pretty much railroaded through the legal system, you know, abused from, you know, various sources. I mean, people don't even know how to interact with their public defenders for real.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, so civics, you know, from civics, you know, we'll jump down into the next topic about contracts and the power of your signature. How many people in the chat room, let me see some hands. How many people know the rules of a contract?
Yeah, so many people don't even know.
And we sign our name to some sort of document probably every day, and we never consider the weight or the obligation that we place ourselves in because we trust people too much. Every time you sign a document, you waiving a right. Because if you read the document, you're agreeing not to do something, or to do something that you wouldn't otherwise have to do. So every time you put your pen to paper, you're signing a right of way. No document that anybody else produces for you has your best interest in mind. Always be mindful of what you read or what you sign, rather.
That's right.
So this we not gonna I ain't just gonna sit up here and talk. You know, people always sit up and discuss and debate stuff. I want to open up the floor. I want to show y'all what building is supposed to look like. Who got some problems with some legal issues that we could discuss? Let's actually build. Anybody in the chat, anybody listening in, you got some issues you want to talk about? Hit the chat or hit Tony.
Yo, we doing it live right now, y'all. So like, go ahead and put your questions. Let us know what's going on. You know what I mean? And Terry Bow, he gonna go in. He gonna really share some quality information with you. You might want to get a pen and a paper ready. You know what I'm saying? If you got another device, go ahead and pull up the other device. So therefore, you know, you can multitask. You know what I mean?
Yeah, y'all be missing out. Some of these phone calls, boy, we should record some of these phone calls we be having, boy. We be on. Man, y'all be missing out. Somebody in the chat said they got IRS issues and not filing.
Yep.
Can you be more specific? Like, you want to know how not to file, or be more specific?
Yeah, that's the same person that just said something about a damn waste. I'm trying to figure out what they mean by a damn waste. What's a waste, man? Cause like, yo, we not me and my peoples, man. A4, we not into wasting energy. You know what I mean? The same dude, yeah, Tar Pet. What you mean by a damn waste, man? Like, yo, this is Q&A right here, man. We going steady with it.
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh, okay. All right, bet. All right, my apologies, Tar Pet. I'll not say your name. My apologies. I didn't know what you was referring to. You know what I mean? Good money, yo. You good, man. My bad. Like, yo, you'll be a social media, man. Communication gets skewed.
It's a shame not to know.
That's right. It is.
Contract. You know, the reason why we threw that in there, the power of a contract in your signature, like I was telling Tone yesterday. I watch a lot of judge shows in the morning, and the funny one be like Judge Joe Brown, and I watch people come into the courtroom all the time, and it's normally a white guy suing some black tenant. You know, it's usually a landlord-tenant type of issue, and the landlord coming there with the lease agreement, and the tenant coming there with an argument, no paperwork. You know, and really be expecting the judge to, you know, do something for them. They always got an excuse. Well, I shouldn't have to pay him because he ain't changed the light bulb. But, you know, some old weird stuff like that. There's always the same argument. No evidence, though. So all the plaintiff got to do is put up the lease agreement where you put your signature on, and you already agreed to pay. And if you don't pay, this don't happen. You already agreed. So you don't even have an argument as far as the judge is concerned. All the judge want to hear is why you ain't paying when you don't pay him. That's all he want to hear.
Exactly. Hey, yo, you want to deal with this? You want to deal with this person's IRS issue though? What's up with this IRS issue? Hey, can you describe your IRS issue? Who had the IRS issue? Where you at? Hold on. Yeah, Tar Pet. You said you got an IRS issue, right? Yo, Tar Pet, what's good with it? What's good? Yeah, issue is dead. Oh, it's a dead issue as far as the what the IRS situation you dealing with? As you said, that's dead. yo, it's like, I mean, hands down, y'all, yo, we got good peoples right now that's ready to do a Q&A. At the same time, we got to go through this list because we got a lot of people dealing with a lot of issues out here. And so, like, yo, we value our energy. You feel me? So, like, we just went through civics and how there's a separation of the flow of information between the public schools in the cities or the urban hood environments and all of that. You know what I'm saying? The school districts, if you will, and the suburban school districts. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with civics. You know what I mean? Dealing with contracts. You know what I'm saying? Like the power of your signature. Because a lot of people, huh?
I was gonna tell them that as far as the civics thing go, I see them in there talking about, how we not African.
Yeah. I mean, yo, we've already done videos on that.
And all of these topics come up when we discussing this and all that. Civic issue is no different than what happened back in the days when the colonizers, Americanized, the folks around here, the indigenous people. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? They gave us the education that they wanted us to have. No different. Like, it's the same thing that have happened in the past are happening right now. We didn't pay attention back then, so now we feel it right now because we still not paying attention. It's important to know a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us be having legal issues. A lot of y'all be having police contacts. A lot of y'all got suspended driver's license and child support issues. Take advantage of this time right now.
That's right.
The individual that's on this phone right now has 12 years worth of research.
And practical experience.
Not many people will make themselves available because it's frustrating, for somebody having put in so much research, to engage with people who haven't put in as much research.
Word, yo, and you got experience with going, with the courts. You know what I'm saying? You actually teach classes. You do lectures, man. You're a lecturer for real. You know what I'm saying?
Constant student. At the same time, as I'm teaching, I'm still taking classes. I just finished a common law class. I'm taking a commercial banking class right now. Like, it don't stop.
Exactly.
It don't stop.
Exactly.
It's a lifestyle. This ain't a hobby for me. I've done this day in and day out for the last at least 10 years strong. At least 10.
Indigenous one, Buck. He said, let's talk about child support. Let's go down the list.
Let's talk about it.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a father. I'm not a baby daddy. I don't got no issues with child support. You feel me? So I haven't gotten to that. But people have reached out to me asking me, for assistance. You know what I mean? And so I've reached out to people such as yourself. Like, cause I deal with a couple guys, man, that's strong. Much appreciation to A4 African American Africans, to all our people that put in that work. You know what I'm saying? I done shared information between the child support, but let's go ahead and go in on the child support situation.
All right, Pat. Hey, one of those documents that you have is Administrative Procedures Act. Pull that up.
Administrative Procedures Act. Where? All right, give me 1 second. Let me pull up the joint.
While you pulling up that document, let me set the stage as far as this court stuff goes, because we go in the courtrooms and get our ass handed to us on many occasions because we don't know the rules, or we think we know the rules. There's rules to the court, there's rules for lawyers, and there's rules for judges. The rules for the court is called the rules of civil procedure. The rules of civil procedure dictate how a case is supposed to flow. Second, the rules of professional conduct tells you the duties of a lawyer and what's owed to you and what they can and can't do. Now, my favorite ones is the judicial canon. How many of y'all knew judges had rules?
That's right.
Judges got rules. They call it judicial canon. Now, if we're going to play a game, we should always know the rules. Now, child support, I don't know about everybody's specific area, but in the area that I'm in, it's considered a civil issue. In courts, you have two types of jurisdiction. You got civil and you got criminal. And this is civil. Civil meaning that you're being sued. So if you look at the document that you received, it's saying that your child's mother is suing you. Okay, so go back to the rules of civil procedure. It'll explain the types of claims that can be brought against you. Once you read through those, you'll quickly see that child support is not one of those claims that can be brought against you. You have to be sued for breach of contract, for injuring somebody. You could be sued for being negligent, but ain't nobody claiming none of this. So the reason why I had Tony bring up the Administrative Procedures Act is because I want y'all to see what happened while we were sleeping. While we were sleeping, they did what's called circumventing the Separation of Powers Act. Now, if y'all don't know what the Separation of Powers Act is, they taught us that back in high school. Separation of powers dictates that one branch of the government cannot exercise the powers of the other. Meaning the executive branch can't exercise judicial power, legislative can't, executive power. Each branch exists to check the other. And it was made that way so that we don't suffer. But I'm going to have Tone read through this Administrative Procedures Act so y'all can see what happened while we went to sleep.
I bet. So I'm going to take it from the top, all right? The Administrative Procedure Act, APA, is a United States federal law that governs the way in which administrative agencies of the federal government of the United States may propose and establish regulations. The APA also sets up a process for the United States federal courts to directly review agency decisions. It is one of the most important pieces of United States administrative law. The act became law in 1946. The APA.
Okay, pause right there.
All right.
Pause right there, bro. So, I guess if there's nobody else catch that last sentence, like what is administrative law compared to the regular law?
Common law, for example, right?
Oh no. What is administrative law? Which maybe we should look that one up. Can you look that one up?
Absolutely.
What's administrative law?
Absolutely. I'm about to do it right now. Hold on 1 second. I'm about to search Google right now. Copy and paste.
Knowledge is power. We got to know what we read. So administrative law.
Here we go right here. Administrative law. This is just via Google right now. I can pull up other sources as well. We got a Cornell link right here. I'll pull up the Cornell link as well. But quick Google search.
They should be good enough. They should be good enough. Look at that basic definition right there. Read that jump.
All right. The body of law that regulates the operation and procedures of government agencies. Now I'm gonna go over here to Cornell. I'm gonna go to Cornell real quick. All right, so administrative law, branch of law governing the creation and operation of administrative agencies. Of special importance are the powers granted to administrative agencies, the substantive rules that such agencies make, and the legal relationships between such agencies, other government bodies, and the public at large. Overview. Administrative law encompasses laws and legal principles governing the administration and regulation of government agencies, both federal and state. Agencies are delegated power by Congress, or in the case of a state agency, the state legislature or legislature, to act as agencies responsible for carrying out certain prerogative of the Congress. Agencies are created through their own organic statutes, which establish new laws, and doing so creates the respective agencies to interpret, administer, and enforce those new laws. Generally, administrative agencies are created to protect a public interest rather than to vindicate private rights. So let's look up vindicate in regards to private rights.
What just happened right there?
Hey man, yo, it's all on the record. Like they just telling y'all that this is part of full disclosure to me, and we got options, we got opportunity, but we gotta, like you said, yo, we going to do a live build session right now. Yo, feel free to go in. Feel free to go in because let me just start the definition of vindicate real quick. Clear someone of blame or suspicion. So hold on, let's go back real quick. It says right there, generally, administrative agencies are created to protect a public interest rather than to vindicate private rights. So that means that the administrative law is in place to, pretty much protect your interest.
No, it's to protect public rights. You're not reading it. Who has private rights? We do.
Yeah.
They're protecting public interest. Who is the public? That's them. The United States is the public interest.
That's interesting. Wow.
Everything.
Wow, that's interesting.
So basically what we just discovered is that the Separation of Powers Act has been defeated by the Administrative Procedures Act. Or at least that's what it appears like.
I mean, I'm saying the definition of vindicate, clear someone of blame or suspicion. I mean, okay, so we are aware that there's public and there's private. So in regards to public and private, all right, I mean, you vindicate yourself when you are operating privately if you know what you're doing. Now, when we have people that's operating in the public, you know, you're not operating through trust. You know what I'm saying? You don't have certain things in place where, you know, you're secure in law, commerce, and etc. I mean, you know, you need to be aware of how to utilize these administrative agencies. For example, you have people that are homeless, and there are services that are listed in law. There's various agencies and organizations, 501c3s and Ds and what have you, that work in favor, that provide services in favor of people that are homeless. And so this is a part of their rights and things of that nature. So when you're operating, I'm just sharing my perspective, my awareness, if you will. When you're operating privately, there is so much more, but at the same time, there's so much more responsibility. When you're operating in the public, you're shifting responsibility. You're pretty much dependent in the public.
We don't understand what happened right here with this Administrative Procedures Act, because this is what we engage in. The rights that's guaranteed to us, we done waived them like probably 15 times and dealing with these agencies. These administrative agencies are just read, they make their own rules. So you have no protections with these agencies. So going back to the child support stuff, okay, the child support program itself exists under the executive branch of government, not the judicial.
Wow.
So think about that for a second.
That's crazy.
Think about that for a second. Who can make arrests or warrants? Who can issue warrants? Executive or judicial?
Judicial.
Fact. But where do the warrants come from? Usually the enforcement agency. You know, where do the orders come from? They don't come from the judge.
It comes from executive.
Judge, if once you read them canon laws, you will see that the judge is barred from participating in any child support proceeding, because that will give the impression that he's biased or he's impartial, because the money that's taken for the child support program is taken and given to the child's mother, but the state receives a reward from the federal government. So they bounty hunters, basically. You see what I'm saying? And the money that the feds send to the state goes into the state coffers. And out of the state coffers, the judges and the rest of these employees are paid. So they have an interest in these cases. So while we think we going in here, you know, with some sort of right, we not. We don't even understand the proceedings. Most child support proceedings are what you call non-judicial anyway. They're not even court actions. They just give the appearance that they are. Your orders don't have judicial signatures on them. The orders don't have a clerk stamp on them. It'll just have a file stamp on it. And if you know anything about a complaint, in any case, a complaint has to have an affidavit attached to it. There's no affidavit of injury on there. The child's mother is nowhere, her signature is nowhere on the order. Nowhere on the complaint.
Wow. Wow.
So who's actually suing you? That was one of my first battles when I started going head up with these people. I read some of these documents, you know, when I learned the verbiage, how to go down there and ask for the charging instruments. You know, the charging instruments is the ones that start the case.
Let me look that up right now. Charging instrument. I'm gonna go ahead and show people that real quick. So, all right, we've been through the administrative. You define vindicate. All right, now we're about to look up charge and instrument. Please continue.
All right, so once I start going down there looking over the documents and I start asking questions, asking the clerk, because the clerk is responsible for the documents in their care. So they have to be on the up and up. So when I'm showing them to her, actually presenting it to me, I'm asking her, like, why is there no judicial signature on this document? Like, why is your stamp not even on this document? Like, what is this? And she said, oh, we have what's called a consent agreement. And I was like, what? What is that? Like, what's a consent agreement? And she said, basically, the parties consented to this order. And I said, what?
How? Who, what, when, where, why, and how, right?
Like when? Like when?
Who, what, when, where, why, and how?
Of course, I came home and jumped in the books. And the first thing that comes up is due process rights. In any case, you got due process rights. You have to be served properly. You have to be given a chance to respond. You have to have your day in court. But as many of y'all listening know who deal with these agencies, they steamroll. Like it ain't no rules, it ain't no oversight. Like nobody watches over these people. They just do whatever they want.
The people let them do it, right?
Well, I mean, if you think that somebody has a right to do something, I mean, if somebody's sending you something that got a state seal on it, and it's threatening that they're going to arrest you, and you know for a fact that they can actually arrest you, I mean, you're going to respect the paperwork until you start reading some of it.
Yeah, that's a serious problem, man. We got a lot of people not reading. Got a lot of people that's not paying attention, and that ties into negligence.
Right. Look in there and pull up that Carl Miller, that constitutional document.
Constitutional document. Carl Miller, got it.
Carl Miller, he a funny little white guy up here in Michigan. He was one of the first people that I saw doing this right to travel information up this way anyway. And he kept it simple. Stuck with the Constitution. Like the Constitution will save your life, and people don't even read it. Let's go through some of these.
I'm gonna take it from the top.
Constitution. Go ahead.
Constitutional law by Carl Miller. Your Constitution is an ironclad contract enforceable in a court of law. United States, U.S. Constitution, Article 6, Clause 2. This Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary, notwithstanding.
And that's a very powerful protection right there. If you understand what that's saying, that's basically saying that whatever the Constitution say is the highest law. And anything that's not in line with it or contrary to it is basically some BS. It can be challenged.
It does not have standing. And that is from the Supremacy Clause of the U.S. Constitution. And I'm going to show y'all because we deal with Supremacy Clause.
Now he's going to jump into this Bill of Rights.
Uh-oh. This thing is going crazy. Hold on.
That's it, bro. That is the Supremacy Clause.
That's right. Yeah. I'm going to show people they can look up Supremacy Clause.
Oh, okay.
Because people be talking about white supremacy, this, that, and the other. Like, yo, hold on, man. Let's deal with the truth of the matter. Supremacy Clause is the truth of the matter. Like right here, law.cornell.edu, Supremacy Clause. Run a Google search for Supremacy Clause in regards to the Constitution. Now, in regards to our American people, we know that the Iroquois Confederacy, that's where the Constitution derived from. Our American people.
Mm-hmm. The great law.
The great law. So we have to maintain proper perspective. And like you said, Terry, let's keep building. Like we got to build our people up. We got to build our people up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You want to continue reading this document?
Hold on a second. I'm reading. How do you say her name? Ahua, a letter of marque and reprisal was a government license and the Articles of Incorporation, also known as Articles of Confederation. And it says Article 7, evidence them pledging you. Interesting. Okay, but in the state constitution, it's either 1-8, 1-9, or 1-10. They can't grant letters of marque. And we just read in Article 6, Clause 2 that the Constitution is the supreme law of the land.
As well as the treaties.
Right. So they can't grant any letters of marque. And even if they did, you got a constitutional claim against us for that.
Charter of New England 1620 proved the Constitution is not for us. Hey, we got our own constitutions, man.
Oh, big facts, man. Like, wait, man, oh my goodness. Now that you just said that, we might as well say this. How about all corporations who are also recognized as legal people, they all got their own constitution.
Yep.
A lot of times in commerce, this is why we can't body them. Because we be trying to bring the U.S. Constitution against them, and they got their own stuff. Like, oh, we not bound by that type shit. You know?
And you signed it. You signed your power of your signature. Let's run that back real quick.
Right.
The power of your signature. You agreed. You gave consent. You agreed to some third party. You gave them pretty much your rights. You gave them your wealth via your signature. Your signature represents your being. And you don't even know the organization you're dealing with. These 501c3s and 501cds, a lot of them have their own constitutions.
Yeah.
The Masons, the Moors, the Hebrews, there's so many other 501cds, what have you, they have their own constitutions as an organization. As a third-party foreign entity. My apologies.
A big problem, our biggest problem, I believe, is number one, we don't know who we is, we don't know where we at, and we have no idea what we're doing or need to be doing. The few of us who manage to tap into this frequency, tap into this information, like it alienates us to a certain extent, man. Like, I actually was pushed into this lifestyle, like I was out in the streets, like most cats before all of this. And all of the fake love, it just kind of made me a homebody. You know what I'm saying? The pussy became my friends because wasn't nobody else really talking about that. So sitting back, digesting all this information and, connecting all of these dots, going outside now is so much different for me. Driving down the street, like I just be observing stuff like, man, the stuff people don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just out here paycheck to paycheck, living on a weekend, have no idea what to do on the hamster wheel, don't know how to get off.
Not even trying to find out how to get off.
Right, so while we on contracts, let's talk about some different kind of contracts. Since we was already on child support, the method by which they bring child support actions against people is under what's called domestic relations. If you understand domestic relations, that's basically marriage. Now, in commerce, marriage is a contract. You got a contract with your wife, not just your wife or your husband, but the state is an interested third party as well. Think about when you had to get a marriage license. If you look up the definition of a license is a permission to do something that will otherwise be illegal. So just by applying for a marriage license, you agree that the action will be otherwise illegal.
Wow.
Just by your signature. So with the child support, the reason why we jumping into the whole marriage thing is so that you can see that as a result of a marriage, like if you're married and you get divorced and the judge orders you to pay child support, then all he's essentially doing is making you honor your contract because you entered into a contract with a woman and you said, I'm going to take care of you and our family. Y'all decided to breach this contract, so the judge has to make the parties, good or as good as they would have been if y'all would have continued the contract. So in the absence of a contract like that, where does a woman get permission? Where does a single woman get permission to give another single man or a single man social security number to a third party to receive benefits? If we're not married, that's considered identity theft. You see what I'm saying?
Yo, that's crazy.
That's my private property. You know what I mean? Like, they got to justify that. I want you to pull up on Google, 42 USC 408 subsection A, line number 8.
Oh, I'm typing it in. 42 USC. What else?
408.
Mm-hmm.
And subsection A, and then line 8.
Okay. This is in regards to statute of limitations.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
This is about a social security number.
Social Security Act.
I'm about to show.
Subsection 208.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got SSA.gov right there.
Yeah, let's go to number 8.
So so we're dealing with the Social Security Act right now?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Title 42.
Title 42. Here we go right here. Penalties, right?
Yep. So we see A, go down to, let's read number 1 first. And then we're gonna see.
For the purpose of causing an increase in any payment authorized to be made under this title, or for the purpose of causing any payment to be made where no payment is authorized under this title, shall make or cause to be made any false statement or representation, including false statement or representation in connection with any matter arising under subchapter E of chapter 1 or subchapter A or E of chapter 9 of the Internal Revenue Code of 1939 or chapter 2 or 21.
You ain't gotta read them. Put out to number 8 if you see under A.
All right. You said number 8.
Yeah.
Discloses, uses, or compels the disclosure of a Social Security number of any person in violation of the laws of the United States. Wow. Or number 9, conspires to commit any offense described in any of paragraphs 1 through 4. God damn.
See what I'm saying? Like knowledge is power. Because these people will present to you any statute or anything that they put on a piece of paper and will do it with a straight face. And 9 times out of 10, you are not legally bound to these statutes. You're bound by the law. All of these statutes are for, like for corporations and stuff like that. You engaged in commerce. We got to learn how to be in the private until we learn how to act in the public. That's what we need to do. Stop doing so much business until we learn what we're doing, because we out here shooting ourselves in the foot. You know, those of you who have worked, you know, been filing 1040 forms for years, not knowing that ain't even the right form to be filing. You're supposed to get all of your expenditures back, because technically the entity that you're filing taxes for is not you, it's your estate. You should be filing a 1041.
You said filing a 1041?
1041 for estate tax.
Estate tax.
And Shakur and Visa, she said, how do you write your signature? I would imagine she's trying to say, how do you rescind your signature? The same way that you applied it. You rescind it for fraud. You send a notice to the company that you're dealing with. You know, like I signed my name, not knowing no better. You know, outline the specifics, just like that, and send it to them. Just like you put it on there. You have an unlimited right to contract guaranteed by the Constitution. So just like you signed your name, you can take away your signature for fraud. That's all part of the rules of a contract. They have to give you full disclosure. So if there was a fact that you was unaware of, that you should have been made aware of, and it would have kept you from signing had you known, then you can rescind your signature for that reason.
All right, y'all. I just pulled up Cornell law right here. Right of rescission. Consumers' right to rescind. All right. This is Code of Federal Regulations, Title 12, Chapter 2, Subchapter A, Part 26, Subpart B, Section 226.15, right of rescission. All right. As you see in A, it reads consumers' right to rescind. You have that right.
Yeah. We have, man, our power to contract is unlimited, man. Like the stuff that we can do, man, we are the most powerful. They scared of us. This is why you see so much disinformation, and they plant so much hatred, so much negative energy in like the conscious community. That's the one thing about that whole platform over there. We ain't even gonna say his name, but all of them debates and stuff, man. Like they've been doing that stuff for years, man. Debates don't do nothing but get people angry at each other and cause folks in the audience to choose sides, and then they beat them. Like all of these groups, every time you subscribe to one group, you separate yourself from all others. So you causing division, you know, by making all these groups, man. Like we out of hand, man. We gotta get it together.
Yeah, and you know, it's very interesting, man. I did not mean to get on this subject matter, but since you brought it up, you know, what Buck Wildem has done, Kerry Davis, Indigenous One, what they have done, they have opened up a door, a window of opportunity for people to come together and work together, be in support of each other, as our ancestors have always done. Certainly, we're from different nations. Certainly, we have had different interactions with these foreigners. Absolutely. But our experiences are so relative from nation to nation, just right here throughout the Americas. African Americans, A4 Truth. Yo, this is one house of our American people here.
Shout out to Mr. Davis.
Yeah, much appreciation of Buck, Mr. Davis, Indigenous One. You already know. I mean, we got people that is ripping our members' content, trying to make a name and fame and secure some kind of a claim for themselves. And these people are Moors and Masons. They are the people that have been against us since they arrived to our countries. We're dealing with the descendants, and they have impacted our descendants. We are the descendants of our ancestors. We carry the blood of our people, and we have work to do. And this work begins with us working together.
Right.
Like Terry Bow was a member of A4. I was like, wow. I seen him up in the comment sections of various members' posts. I saw what he was saying via social media. I saw what he was typing in. So I reached out to him. Yo, we've been in contact throughout this year, and today Terry Bow is presenting this information to the people. He's a part of A4.
Right. I gotta do my part, man. You know, just like people school me, you know, I gotta do my part. I gotta make myself available. You know, everybody ain't got somebody they can call on. You know what I'm saying? So from time to time, I put myself out there. You know, like if we do these platforms, people could call in or into chat. You know, whatever kind of questions y'all need answered. You know, I'll make myself available in this type of format. But if it's on some reaching out, you know, at a later time or a private conversation, you know, of course, you have to compensate us for our time.
Yeah, your energy. Our energy is precious, man. And we can no longer, you know, these foreigners, they are ripping from us. I done showed y'all consumer data reports. Hey man, hey yo, we got somebody with an Islamic character name. I don't know what your name is, man. I don't read Arabic, man. Yo, you're talking about sadly you are property. Yo, we're not dealing with that rhetoric.
I understand what he's saying. You ain't got to jump on it. I understand what he's saying. And
I mean, I get what he's saying.
You know, to a certain extent, you're right, but only if you don't know who you are. You know, like that ties into that whole straw man, you know, doctrine. When people basically walk around acting like they're a person. So yeah, your person is absolutely the property, you know, that he's speaking about, because it was created by the state 7 days after you was born.
True indeed, but yo, we have the opportunity to claim our property.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, and this is why I don't deal with this kind of information right there, where you know they talk about nationality and land and this, that, and other. It's like, dude, like yo, you're saying the same rhetoric that's been said for so many years. That's counterproductive. We're about when me and you was talking the other day, right? I think it was yesterday. When you agreed to do this live right here, we was talking about what's practical, presenting practical information that the people could benefit from. Talking about how you're this and you're somebody else's property. There ain't nothing practical in hearing that you're somebody else's property.
Yeah, pull up the Bill of Rights.
Bill of Rights, all right.
Bill of Rights.
No doubt. Bill of Rights. Let's do it. All right, so let me see here. Where should I go for that one? We have lawyers.com. Oh, my bad. Hold on. Damn, the shit went backwards. Okay, we got Bill of Rights Institute.org. The first 10 amendments of the Constitution make up the Bill of Rights. I'm just gonna pull up that one then.
Yeah.
We also got archives.gov. So we got two sources. Let's start with this one. All right, so here we go right here. Bill of Rights full text. You want me to read this?
Yeah. Well, you ain't gotta read that. Just yeah, start there. So.
Okay, so what? You want to read Amendment 1, which is there a particular thing you want me to read here?
There's only 10 of them. Let's go over these.
All right, bet. Let's do it.
We'll break each of them down.
Let's get it in. All right, Amendment 1. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances.
Okay, so Amendment 1, that's the freedom of speech, the freedom of religion. That means, and I'm glad we jumped on this one. So now we can kind of beat up on the church just a little bit.
Let's beat up on the church. Let's beat them up.
Okay, so Article 1 gives the church protection, to do their religion the way that they want to do it, right? Okay, so with that being said, at some point, Congress deemed the Bible the Word of God. So in the grand scheme of what's higher than the Constitution, probably the Bible. All right, so with that being said, if the Bible is the Word of God and the church teaches the Bible, by default, the church is tax exempt. So make it make sense that all of these churches go and apply for 501c3 nonprofit status, which then makes them submissive to the state. They have to listen to the state. And what is the state saying?
Nothing.
What is the state telling them? I don't know if you still got that one document I sent you about Lyndon B. Johnson.
Oh yeah, I got that. I can read it. You want me to read it? Let me locate it. Let me locate it and read it. I got it on my phone, y'all. Let me see if I can locate it real quick, because I'll be changing data on my phone crazy. Let me see if I can locate it real quick. Here you go. I got it. All right. So this is from hushmoney.org, I believe you sent it from. It says most churches in America have organized as 501c3 tax-exempt religious organizations. This is a fairly recent trend that has only been going on for about 50 years. Churches were only added to Section 501c3 of the tax code in 1954. We can thank Senator Lyndon B. Johnson for that. Johnson was no ally of the church. As part of his political agenda, Johnson had it in mind to silence the church and eliminate the significant influence the church had always had on shaping public policy. Oh, you want to go in?
Go ahead. Keep going.
I bet. Although Johnson offered or preferred this as a favor to churches, the favor also came with strings attached, more like shackles. One need not look far to see the devastating effects of 501c3 acceptance has had to the church and the consequent restrictions placed upon any 501c3 church. 501c3 churches are prohibited from addressing in any tangible way the vital issues of the day. Okay. For a 501c3 church to openly speak out or organize in opposition to anything that the government declares legal, even if it is immoral, examples are abortion, homosexuality, etc., that church will jeopardize its tax-exempt status. The 501c3 has had a chilling effect upon the free speech rights of the church. Lyndon B. Johnson was a shrewd and cunning politician who seemed to well appreciate how easily many of the clergy would sell out. Did the church ever need to seek permission from the government to be exempt from taxes? Question. Were churches prior to 1954 taxable? No. Churches have never been taxable. To be taxable, a church would first need to be under the jurisdiction and therefore under the taxing authority of the government. The First Amendment clearly places the church outside the jurisdiction of the civil government. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, nor prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Religion cannot be free if you have to pay the government through taxation to exercise it. Since churches aren't taxable in the first place, why do so many of them go to the IRS to seek permission to be tax exempt? It occurs out of ignorance, bandwagon logic, professional advice, etc. So you know what that means, y'all? Y'all know what that means? Cowboy season is over.
What can we say? What can we say?
Cowboy season is over.
All right, so we'll move on. We can move on to 2 then. On Amendment 2.
Amendment 2, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Wow.
Okay, that shall not be infringed. Now I want y'all to think about anybody who has ever caught a criminal case and then had to sign a piece of paper at the end of that case agreeing not to ever possess a firearm, you signed away a right, even though you didn't have to, because the Second Amendment just said your right to bear arms shall not be infringed. It didn't say unless you commit a crime, there's no exception that shall not be infringed. You go on to 3.
No doubt. Amendment 3, no soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law.
So that one ain't real good. But number 4, if y'all don't write down number 4 saved your life. This is for all of y'all who need who have questions regarding the right to travel and what to do if you get pulled over.
Amendment 4, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized.
Number 4, that's like your bulletproof vest. That's like your shield. That's like your bubble. Amendment 4, save your life. It says the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures. Think about that. That encompasses a lot of stuff. So let's just say you riding down the street and you see the lights in your rear view and get pulled over. According to the 4th Amendment, you got the right to be secure in your effects, in your person and your effects, being your automobile, against unreasonable searches and seizures. So if somebody turn on some lights and pull you over, come up to your window and say license and registration, that's protected by the 4th Amendment. That's an unreasonable search and seizure unless you waive the right voluntarily by handing him those items.
Yo, we have Edwin Daniel.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, we have Edwin Daniel here saying repealed. It is presumed to be the law unless rebutted.
Oh yeah, of course.
Affidavit unrebutted. Yo, y'all gotta get your affidavits together.
Oh yeah, definitely gotta get your affidavit game together.
Simple Google search, yeah. Different kinds of affidavits. But you know, this affidavit is a statement of truth and fact, though. So you definitely got to have your truth and facts together. You don't want to be making false statements. Because like they say, anything you say can and will be used against you. In the Bible, apparently, it says you'll be condemned by your words. This is why our American truth is so important. And you got to have your American truth lined up. Can't be playing out here.
Nope. So as part of your 4th Amendment protections, using the traffic stop situation, you get pulled over, they ask for a driver's license and registration. You can exercise your 4th and 5th Amendment protection to remain silent and not produce those documents. Am I saying that you're not going to get arrested? No. But what I am saying is if you do get arrested for exercising those rights, you have a constitutional claim against that officer, and that's a payday.
And the jurisdiction itself, something called vicarious liability.
Yeah, but then we got to go back to contract, like we were talking about yesterday.
Very true.
Even though what I did just say is actual fact and it is actual law. By signing a contract to receive a driver's license, guess what you did? You waived the right to travel and you agreed to abide by all the motor vehicle codes. You also agreed that any time a police officer asks you to present this ID or this driver's license that you would do so. So having it in your possession incurs certain liability. And having a suspended driver's license is a crime. That's why you could get arrested for the suspended driver's license, because you agreed to keep it in good standing. So for those of you who have suspended driver's license in your possession with no intention on paying your fines or whatever, what you need to do is draft up a letter of rescission and send that joker back, resending your signature, and then get you a state ID instead, so that they know that you're not a driver for your state any longer who's in bad standing.
There we have it. Yo, we keep it clean in A4. Keep it real clean and clear. Hey, yo, you want me to read any more of these amendments?
Oh, yeah, 5.
I bet 5. 5 is your favorite. Amendment 5. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia when in actual service in time of war or public danger. Nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb, nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. God damn.
Yeah, those last few, those are heavy statements. Matter of fact, I want you to highlight that part where it says, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property.
All right. Highlight it.
Yep. And now pull up another tab and look up a court case called Thomas versus Smith.
Give me 1 second. Thomas versus Smith.
Yeah, well, Nathaniel, I see you in the chat, boy. That's absolutely right. Notice first that always takes away the intent, the willful intent to violate the law. Good shit.
Yo, are we dealing with California Court of Appeals decisions?
I believe so.
All right.
I think it's a driving case.
Cool. Yep. Looks like it's driving related. All right. What exactly do you want me to read here?
The holding in this case.
Hold on, say that again.
We're going to find the holding. Hold on, where is it at? Is there more after that page?
Nah, this is it right there. They have a the 2cal.app. No, this is not the right one?
Let's try a different one.
Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and run this back real quick. All right. This is a driving case. Thomas versus Smith. Let me just pull up case. Oh, hold on. We got court opinions right here. I don't know which one you want me to pull up. Do you remember any of the citations? I have a 897 F.2D. I have a 137.
Yeah, try that one.
Okay. That's Court of Appeals, 5th something. Google Scholar. Scholar at Google. Okay, so this is Danny Thomas, plaintiff appellant versus Raymond Smith, Houston Independent School District, and Joanne Raymond, defendants appellees.
Oh, no.
This is not it either. God damn. Okay, so we have another one here. This is appellate court. What the fuck is it? Okay, now let's represent Illinois. Do you remember the state?
I'm about to look it up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let me know what it is. And I'll pull it right up. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? I bet. So yeah, we on Right to Travel right now.
I'll tell you what.
What's up?
Because all of these is, they used to be easy to find just the holding in the case.
This will take us to driving though, right? I was going to search for driving.
What it's saying is, the reason why I had you highlight that part in the Bill of Rights about the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is, in the holding, in that Thomas versus Smith case, the holding was the right of the citizen to travel upon the public highways and to transport his property thereon, either by carriage or by automobile, is not a mere privilege which a city may prohibit at will, but a common right which he has under the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
There we go.
So you use that Supreme Court case along with your
there we go.
Amendment. You see what I'm saying?
Yep, Supreme Court. There we go. I want to search for that. Thomas versus Smith, Supreme Court. So Elliot Thomas versus Smith. Okay, so this was in Ohio, huh?
Let me see. What is
it? Let me see what's going on here. Corrections, events. What the fuck are they talking about? What the fuck? I don't even know if this is the right one. God damn, there's too many Thomases and Smiths out here, man. God damn.
I know, man. Well, then, after Thomas versus Smith, put 154 SC 179.
Okay, give me 1 second. You said 154 SC.
SE like Edward 179.
179. All right. I bet we got something right there. Thompson. I misspelled fucking Thompson. God damn it. It was Thompson, not Thomas. God damn it. All right, here we go.
Oh yeah,
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yo, you gave me the specific citation, and Google got the Googling and found it. You know what I mean? So here we go. What the fuck? What's going on? Supreme Court of Virginia here. All right.
But they probably want you to download it.
Okay, so if that's the case, let me just go back. Hold on. That's case text whatever. Supreme Court of the United States Gov right there. Let's go to .gov. I love .gov sites, y'all. Everybody be talking about fuck the government, y'all. Hey, the government got .govs with that work on it. You know what I'm saying? So like you got the opportunity to get into quality information that the .govs has made a part of public record. This is an aspect of full disclosure right here. My opinion. So hold on, where the fuck? I'm trying to find the joint, homie. All right, but we got something on Scribe right there. Let me see what's up with Scribe real quick. Because we can just simplify.
There's at least 4 or 5 of these Supreme Court cases where it guarantees the right to travel. But yet they pulling people over every day. And because we don't know about the Bill of Rights and the 4th and 5th Amendment protections or how to use them, you know, we get bamboozled every day.
Yo, and we let these people get away with it. You know what I'm saying? This, and like I said, this ties into negligence, man. Yo, the people need to be working together. Seriously, y'all need to be working together. Like, you know, I'm able to reach out to Terry Bull. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to put other people in contact with him, and he provides assistance, provides simple guidance like what we're doing right now. Like these very specific legal citations of which y'all getting, this perspective in which y'all are receiving, all right? This is how you can apply and secure your interests. Now, if you need something actually done, if you're not able to prepare the document yourself, Terry provides those kind of services as well.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what we need from our people. I mean, seriously, how many of y'all know people, whether it's neighbors or relatives, friends, co-workers, what have you, that's going through some dumb shit? They're about to have an experience with corruption that is so unnecessary. You can kill this shit with the right information from the right people. With 12 years of doing the right thing. That kind of shit, y'all.
take too much sacrifice, man. The average cat ain't ready to put in this sacrifice. A lot of boring days in the library, burying some books. You know, you change your vocabulary. People be looking at you crazy because you talk smart.
Hey, Terry, I'm glad you said that. I got a question for you real quick. And it's kind of a joke, but question. You know how dudes be having like sneaker collections and shit?
Yeah.
You got a book collection versus a sneaker collection, huh?
I do. I absolutely do.
There we have it. Okay, so we have a Hua Cool saying do not notarize your documents. What do you think about that?
Well, from my understanding, that is the notary is the gate by which we enter into their system, you know, to be able to actually speak. So it's not an acknowledgement of jurisdiction per se, because, you know, the proper verbiage on your document.
That's right.
Volumes, you know, appropriate persona to jury. All rights reserved, you know, like the verbiage is what, you know, dictates. I can't say just because you use a notary, you know, that subjects you to their jurisdiction.
Hey, yo, Robert Lewis, we got that coming real soon. Now, in regards to do not make a affidavit, make a writ. There's different.
Writs are powerful.
Absolutely, but you know, different documents have different purposes and applications, from what I'm aware of.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, depends on from what position a person is in. Like some people are not ready to do a writ right now. Some people are not even ready to do an affidavit. Affidavit is very simple.
Right.
I mean, so I mean, you know, we have to maintain perspective here. And that's right. You can make your own seal. But the thing is, if a person doesn't know what a seal is and the value of a seal, all right, then they are, you know, but I'm saying, I mean, cool. I hear what you're saying, but you know, a lot of people are not ready for all of this. A lot of our people are being abused by the corrupt fucking negligence that's present everywhere. I mean, just like how we started off saying, you know, there's an issue with civics being taught in some jurisdictions, some districts, versus in other where our people are being abused, our youth are being abused. So when we ask ourselves as grown men and women, how is it that our youth is being abused? Well, mommy and daddy didn't receive what they needed so that they can properly guide and provide for their daughters and sons. Let's just deal with that reality right there.
Right, so think about that. We sending these kids to these public schools, and now that we have this knowledge that they being provided a less than satisfactory education in these public schools, you know, who's gonna bust a move now? How many of y'all gonna pull your kids out, or at least which school district? Because that's actually happening right now. You know, your kids is every year, man. I'm watching it. Like the requirements for kids to be, you know, up to reading level and all that stuff is getting less and less. They don't even care. They just pass the kids, just passing them.
Setting them up for failure.
No, setting them up to be employees.
I mean, but that's a failure. I mean, you know, I hear what you're saying, but your peep game, right? You have so many of our youth that have dreams and aspirations to do great things in life. I mean, we got, you know, I've spoken to people directly over the years who said that, yeah, they want to be nurses, they want to take care of people. You know, you got people that want to create quality businesses, good business, they want to do good business. But they get abused due to corrupt individuals within society. I mean, you know, via social media this year, we seen a picture of some overweight Caucasian female, right, calling the police on female little kids with lemonade stands and, you know what I mean, like dumb shit.
Right.
They're pressing charges on.
They utilize a statute, you know, to rain on somebody's parade. And if the parents knew they right, they would be able to get a payday off something like that.
Exactly.
They gotta make their kids angry, you know, take your stand down. You know, and we knew our rights, you know, we would better interact with these police officers. That's the only way that we really engage with these courts. That's the only way that we're forced to engage with these courts is through the police. And if we could just stand on our Fourth and Fifth Amendment protection, half of the time the things will go in our favor instead of going the way that they normally go. All of these people getting killed, you know, on these traffic stops and stuff. All you got to do is remain silent. Just remain silent and stand on your Fourth and Fifth Amendment. Let them take you to jail. You know, like, don't resist. Let them take you. When you get out, you immediately file a counterclaim. This is part of our problem. We don't know how to fight back. We have to learn how to file documents.
Get back in that pen and that paper. They said the pen is mightier than a sword, right?
It absolutely is.
And yeah, Ahuaku, you're right. Yo, A4 has seals. We have seals, and we utilize them. And that's why I'm saying, like a lot of people do not know what these things mean. So we cannot just dump information on people. Like, all of this has to be prepared. I mean, this man here, Terry Bow, he has 12 years experience. 12 years experience. This is not something that you get overnight. But the thing is, we have people around us. We have people within our communities. We have these public resources such as YouTube channels. You know, we have platforms that's being developed, privately owned platforms being developed. Whereas, yes, you know, we can provide specific quality information. You don't need to have all the information. All right. I mean, yo, you got people that don't know what they're talking about, and they get slammed, get locked the fuck up, and they don't know how to respond. You got people that get a lien can be put on them, and they don't know how to respond.
Oh yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful. I appreciate you, Ahua, but I'm just saying. I mean, for me, you know what I mean. It's like giving somebody a pat. Somebody's like, yo, I'm trying to get some money, but they don't know how to go get that money.
I guess my question to Ahua, like, what is it that, like, what information is it that's missing? You say you don't have all the information. What information am I not giving you?
Okay, then you said they stand as king. All right. That's great. You stand as king. So what you said, you sovereign? Is that what you're saying? That's right. Copper Sun Dragon. No, our kids need to know how to maneuver through this system. Absolutely.
Yeah, so all of these, that makes perfect sense. All of these black mothers out here, you know, that we talk to, a lot of them are scared about what's going to happen to their black son. So there's information about standing on your Fourth and Fifth Amendment protection. You know, that's useful to them because they have something to tell their kids. Like, read this, understand this, and if they ever come to talk to you, you tell them this. All right, so better, you can get a pocket constitution off the internet for $1.
All right, so yo, peep game real quick, yo. The dude or whoever this is, the person that said they stand as king, right? They have absolutely nothing on their channel. So I have no idea what you're talking about. You're talking about sovereign state of being. Yo, real talk. I mean, yo, you're saying you're communicating, but yo, we don't know what you're doing, man. You're just a random individual via social media on an A4 platform right now. So like either share quality information with the audience, all right? But all this back and forth nonsense, you're taking away from what we're presenting to the people. I'm not with misinformation. I'm not with confusion. I'm not with none of that. You talk about sovereign state of being. How? Answer that question. How are you in a sovereign state of being? Because we had so many people. You had this dude, Dane Calloway, selling sovereign citizen packages. Still selling them. That word sovereignty, that is from the people. Being of the people.
Go to the next one. American Aborigine I'm going to court next month for driving without a license. What do I do? What do I present to get it thrown out? Do you have a license? Like, do you have a suspended license or expired license in your possession?
Word. Yeah,
As far as you going into court, for driving without a license, the one thing you always remember in any lawsuit is if you're getting sued, the burden of proof is on your accuser. So you don't go to court to prove that you're innocent. Like a simple, I didn't do it, is good enough. They have to go in there and prove their case. So don't try to prove that you're not guilty. Let them prove that you're guilty. If they said that you were driving, like, did you see me carrying person or property for a fee? Did you see a bill of lading, somewhere in the car? Like, what gave you the presumption that I was making money on the road? I was just going to the store. I was traveling. I wasn't driving. And the difference between those two, you always got to remember when we go into the courts, we have to look up legal definitions. We got to go into the Black's Law Dictionary, the Bouvier's Dictionary, because it's a whole nother language when you go in the court. When we say driving, that means getting the driver's seat and go. When they say driving, that means you getting paid. And we know that's not the case. But because of ignorance, we go and get a driver's license, and we sign up to be a driver for our state. And because we do that, it puts us in a certain light. So if you ever go to court, you looking like a corporation, that's violating the law or the statute, whatever you want to call them. Contracts and signatures. Gotta pay attention to what we signing. Perspective changes everything.
That's right. Yo, any more questions, y'all? Yo, American Aborigine Dion. Yo, much appreciation to you. Hey, yo, I'm about to pause you, man, because like, yo, this is a Q&A right now, man. We're going through these subject matters, and yo, you're killing the chat, man. You're talking too much, man. You want time out right now? Yeah, we dealing with questions right now.
You from Maine, no problem. Good luck to you in your court case, man. Everything is about a contract when you're dealing with these folks, man. That's all they really be dealing with at the end of the day. They knew back in the day. Y'all gotta understand, this country was changed. The status of this country changed 3 times since its inception. We had a constitution back, I think, 1776. Then we had another one in like 1789, and then we had like another one in like 1800. And the last one was it's when we went corporate. In 1933, we went corporate. The country turned into a corporation for the sole purpose of being able to violate all of that shit that's in the Constitution. Why? Because corporations get to make their own Constitution.
That's right.
And guess what? If you agree to be a U.S. citizen, you're agreeing to be an employee of the United States Corporation. And you got to apply or abide by their Constitution, the corporate charter. Man, it's like perspective, man. I'm telling you, like, once you know, you can't not know. And you got to start moving accordingly, man. Like every day.
Yeah, it's very important. It's always very important. Yo, y'all gotta inform each other. Y'all gotta work together out here. You know what I'm saying? Yo, do your due diligence. There's a lot of misinformation running around. A4, we don't deal with misinformation. We're not going to send you skydiving in A4. We present quality information. on various subject matters. Today, we're dealing with subject matters dealing with law. In addition to law, there's got to keep in mind there's a history associated with law. Long history. And like hands down, you know, I asked Terry to do this presentation, all right? Simply because I know so many of our American people need assistance, need quality awareness. You know what I'm saying?
Who was the one dude around Art?
Yeah, I think so.
Have you filed claims on officers or courts that's suppressed your freedom, and if so, are those claims are paid or respected? Oh yeah. But like I said, I put my feet on the ground back at 14. You know, I got my feet wet with the traffic court, and once I got my game down pat, once they saw that I understood the rules and that they were going to have to prove that I was guilty, and I understood the rules of evidence, the loser has to pay in court. So how many times you gonna bring me in here and try it? Then you keep losing. You gotta pay every time. So yeah, I got my feet wet with the traffic stuff. But since then, I've been fighting the child support system for myself, several other gentlemen, and I'm currently engaged in a battle with my mortgage company. Yeah, big boy fight. So yeah, I'm getting it in.
Yo, at the same time, hold on, man. You wanna share anything about your assistance with people dealing with criminal matters?
As far as what?
I mean, as far as like how you assisted people that's been dealing with criminal situations.
Oh, criminal situations. Oh man, there's one gentleman. Right now I'm helping him with a child support case, and he actually has a federal case, a federal drug case. Paid for a high dollar attorney, you know, and it's probably gonna be effective, you know. But when you sit down and see how simple this is, the same way that a court case starts is the same way that it can stop. Somebody got to file a complaint, and it has to be an affidavit in the complaint. So when we going to pay an attorney all of this money, when all we really had to do was rebut the affidavit on the record and make the moving party prove their case, like we suffer for a lack of knowledge. Somebody saying you did something, you don't have to go in there and prove that you're not guilty. They have to prove that what they saying is the truth.
Yo, we got some weirdos on here today, man. God damn. Yo, Isaac Clark, you're in timeout also. Fall back.
Hey, this happens all the time, man. This happens all the time. When people be dropping the real shit, you be mad.
Yeah. Hey, yo, we not talking about a non-you Shabu L, what have you. We not talking about that guy over here, man. So like, if you want to talk about him, go to his channel, man. This is 8-4 right here. You understand? Go play with Nanya. Go play with Nanya. Get out of here, man.
I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing, man.
Exactly.
Information, trying to enlighten a few folks. I ain't worried about all of that stuff in the chat. If somebody got a question, they got an issue they need help with, you know, post a question. We ain't gonna be on here too much longer.
Word up. Yeah, man. Like, yo, they killing, these people, this is mad disrespectful to me, man, because we got people, we do this for the people, y'all. We ain't doing this for these confused individuals, man. You know what I mean? So, like my apologies, but, I addressed this nonsense early. So, yeah, we got, hey, you want to jump into this other subject matter as far as pressing charges and filing charges, things of that nature?
Oh, yeah. We can jump into that.
I bet.
As far as filing charges, you know, I'm gonna go back to the rules of civil procedure. You know, familiarize yourself with your local rules, because what the courts tend to do to people like us who try to exercise their rights on their own, they always try to chastise us on these technicalities. So anytime you're trying to get into the court, you know, if you're trying to sue somebody else, you know, that would be a civil claim. you know, as far as criminal claims, you know, that would be a scenario where you got the police involved in the state bringing the charges. But yeah, your all your protections in the Bill of Rights. You know, if somebody violates those are all constitutional claims. Did you have any specific questions, Barnago?
I mean, basically, you know, what I'm seeing is we need people to know how to you know, put in that work for real. Like, you know, a young woman contacted me last month, right? She was dealing with a domestic violence situation, right? And so I immediately was like, yo, like, hold on, like, yo, this, I mean, beautiful young American woman, yo, 22 years old, man. You know what I mean? And yo, she was with some dude, you know what I mean? They was together for X amount of time. And yo, this dude, yo, he losing his mind. He going crazy. You know what I mean? You know, the social engineering situation is crazy right now. You know, and he ended up blacking his shorty. Shorty, she beautiful, young, healthy, strong, intelligent, etc. That's emotional distress right there, humiliation, all kinds of shit. And so, you know, there's pain and suffering associated with that. That's domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? It's so many things just related to that kind of abuse and trauma. And so what I immediately did, I'm like, Mom, hey, yo, like, do you want to press charges? Do you want to put some paperwork on them? You need a restraining order. This dude is harassing you. He's causing you duress. He's trying to coerce you. Is this what you want? Yes or no? She's like, no, absolutely not. I'm like, all right, is this what you got to do then? So I sent her some information so that she can do what she got to do. She can handle her business. Because so many of our people, we got males dealing with domestic violence situations. So many dudes is in abusive relationships that don't get talked about, as well as definitely we know so many females are dealing with some weirdo, wild sniggers, man. And so all I'm saying is like, in regards to filing and pressing charges, I mean, yo, if you're being abused, if you're being mistreated, if you know somebody that's being abused and mistreated, you have a right to, you know, preserve and reserve your interests, your rights, etc., as well as that of someone else. I mean, we got child abuse situations. We got so many different issues that have just been going. What? No. Everybody's like, oh yeah, it happens. So what does that mean? We're just gonna let it happen? That's crazy. We know better. And like they said, if you knew better, you do better. And what we're doing right now is showing people better. So yeah, Terry, most definitely. In regards to filing pressing charges, you want to go in on that?
Hold on one second. Somebody in the chat said, how do you give them the license back?
Rescission. Rescission, yo.
Yeah, rescind your signature. I did mine back in 2015. All I did was drafted a short one-page letter. You know, I stapled the license to the letter and sent it back to him. You know, all the letter really said was, you know, I rescind my signature for cause, and I stated the cause, and then, you know, I was told that I had to have this, and come to find out that I didn't. And then I provided them the case law, the Supreme Court decision that backed up what I was saying, along with our state constitutional protection. So they sent me a letter back saying we accept your voluntary surrender, and you're welcome to reapply at any time.
Hey, yo, I'm posting Terry's email right now. Hey, yo, hey, the rent. We don't know you, man. Like, no. There is no third-party promotional 8-4 platforms. We don't know you, the rent.
He's just giving me his email. That's the one that asked for the email.
No, that's not him. Hold on. Ooh, hold on. No, I saw somebody else ask for the email.
Right, I'm pretty sure they was giving the email so we can contact them.
Yo, Takur and Bisa, all right, said, do you have an email? That's the one who you just answering the question as far as the license.
Right.
So like, yeah. Hey, when I'm present, there is no third party promotion, all right? Seriously, man, get out of here with that, man. That's ridiculous, y'all. That shit is mad rude, yo.
My email address is the one that Tomahawk Tony posted.
ballheadT@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Nah, man, yo, we don't know y'all work, man. Like, yo, I know Terry's work. I work with Terry. You understand? If I don't know your work, you're not going to be promoting on here. We don't know you. Straight up, man. That's mad disrespectful. Promoting everybody else on our A4 channels, right? Come on, y'all. That's disrespectful. You know that, man. Kill that noise, man. Yeah, so in regards to filing and pressing charges, right? Terry, do you want to go in on that?
Yeah. As far as the situation that you said, you wouldn't really have to do too much. The state to pick up a domestic charge like that. That's one of the reasons why I don't really deal with criminals a whole lot, because it's usually a case where the state is bringing the charges and you probably the defendant, so criminal, I got my defense game down, but I don't think we in a position where we bring, criminal claims. I think them got to be brought in the name of the people of the state of Michigan or whatever state you live in.
Oh yeah, okay, yo, David Clue is asking about unpaid tickets.
Unpaid tickets, like I said, it's you got a contract, with the DMV or Secretary of State or whatever you got there. As far as unpaid ticket, like how long has it been? Is it something like that that threw in the drawer, or like was it recent?
Yo, recension of that signature, man. Very important. I ran that Google search for y'all. Let me show y'all that page again. Just so y'all can see it.
2 years, bro.
Huh?
Yeah, it's 2 years. That's kind of long for you to have been able to do something. You got to be very responsive when you engaging in commerce. When people sending you stuff, regardless of what it is, short of being like the advertisement. If somebody sends you a document, they have what's called tacit procuration, and that's where you agree to something by not responding. So if you get a ticket, anything, you got 72 hours in commerce. It's a rule where you accept it after that. So like within 72 hours, you should be trying to send that ticket back. If you're in disagreement, put in an envelope, little notice. Like I don't have to pay for parking. Like I got a right to be on the street. Like whatever legal arguments you want to utilize. But parking tickets, like traffic, the whole traffic system is. you should be practicing with the traffic system, just to get your feet wet, because it ain't no risk of you going to jail in the traffic courts.
Hey, y'all seen Terry's email address, ballheadT@gmail. He does provide documents. All right. Contact him. You know what I mean? He has great information available. I'm gonna put that email in here one more time. And I'll put it again before we leave. You know what I'm saying?
State taxes, tax capper, man. How do you handle state tax garnishment? Sound like you volunteered to pay taxes.
That's right.
They looking for you to honor your agreement. What are you like? How are you being garnished? Is it as a result of a default judgment? Did you fail to respond to somebody that sent you something?
Hey, yo, whatever your name is, that's good that you stopped an IRS tax increase in lien. That's very good that you did that. Congratulations.
Yeah, the IRS, man, like we could jump into that money topic a little bit, but I don't want to go too deep. But technically, there is no money with which to pay no debt. I'm pretty sure most of y'all should be aware of that. We don't have any real money or substance. We have a medium of exchange. These Federal Reserve notes are promises to pay. The Constitution, Article 1-10, says nothing but gold or silver shall be made tender for payment of debt. So you should be asking some of these creditors, how do you expect me to pay you without committing treason? Because it say right here in my Constitution, I'm not supposed to give anything except gold or silver, and there's none of that in circulation. Supreme law of the land, the Constitution.
And your treaties, if you have a treaty.
Yeah, so ask them how are you supposed to pay? Pay with what? Like, how am I supposed to pay you? The IRS, in my opinion, they the easiest ones because they're not even licensed to do business here. I think that's the Rothschilds private bank, if I'm not mistaken. Either the IRS or the Federal Reserve, one of them, they probably own both of them.
Yo, aren't those properties of the Vatican though?
They private, somebody own them.
Yeah, I know that. I know the IMF is probably the Vatican, I believe. If I recall correctly, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yo, this is very deep, yeah. You know what I mean? And this right here, we just wanted to share some let's go over some relative information because so many of our people are dealing with this subject matter right here. Within this presentation, we done covered 9 points. Civics in public schools. It is your duty as a mother, as a father, all right? Even if you're not a mother and father, all right? Instead of going to these goddamn clubs and supporting all these foreign businesses and what have you, being a good consumer, all right? Take time to study. Get your peoples together. Study with your peoples so that y'all can secure each other's interests. Y'all spend your money together supporting all these foreign businesses. This is your opportunity to secure yourselves together. Like they said, for every action, there's a reaction. Uh-huh.
Everybody watched Childish Gambino's video and they ain't even get it. They were too busy jamming. Like y'all in the middle of a war, man. Y'all don't even understand right now.
Shit, man, Mobb Deep said it years ago too, man. There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from.
Facts.
If you know that you're not safe, what are you doing to secure yourself? What are you doing to secure you and yours, your loved ones, your relatives, your friends? Or are you just in the middle of a war, liable to get victimized, keeping yourself vulnerable and exploitable, expendable essentially, right?
Yeah.
To be purged and all of that.
These people go to work. We ain't even paying attention to the fact that these people go to work every day. Congress and the legislature, all these people go to work every day, and we never really stop to think, like, what's these people doing every day? Because if you pay attention, they never make new laws. They always make statutes and policies. The law is the law. So what is that? Every day they go to work, creating these statutes for no other reason than to take another one of your rights away. And they doing it so slowly and so perfect that you ain't even noticing it. And even when you do notice it, you got so many distractions that you don't care.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, negligence. I mean, like they say, minority or the majority, right? A minor needs a guardian. What's the other thing? A ward of the state?
Mm-hmm.
You're a dependent. At a certain point in time, you should be of the age of majority. All right. You can declare that you're the age of majority if you are able to handle your own affairs. The thing is, though, so many of our people, due to the civic situation, I was going to say with civics and the separation of quality flowing of information for our youth since the 80s at least, all right? We got so many of our people that only know how to be dependents. That's a serious problem.
Yeah, sorry, right. All the courts probating your state for constructive trust. Every court case is a constructive trust. That's why you always dealing with three parties. You know, when you're in commerce, there's always some oddball third party involved. So, like I was saying, you know, as far as that birth certificate thing, when you were born, they gave you a birth certificate, and they created a person for you a week after you were born. So if you look at your birth certificate, you'll see you was born probably like on the 1st, but then somewhere like on the 7th or the 8th, you will see that they filed the birth certificate, you know, with your vital statistics. So what happened was they created a means by which you can engage in commerce, a person for you to use. It looks just like your name, so you know the whole time you're thinking it's you, but it's actually the person that they created, which they have full control over. So when we think in ward of the court or ward of the state, the ward is your minor account. You have a minor estate that you haven't claimed. Like it's like we ain't even got time to jump all off into that, but you know, like that's a whole nother thing. You walk around acting in a capacity that you know nothing about, and you never questioning anything, even though you know something is funny. Just keep going along, keep going along. You gotta start asking questions. You gotta start reading.
And working together. Read together. Have conversations together. Ask questions and answer questions together. That's what we're doing. We're showing y'all how to do this via these A4 platforms. The different chiefs that's been on the platform. You know, this we make this available for the people, y'all. Because we need our people on point out here.
Oh yeah. Hey, do you have that did I send you that law packet?
I'm not sure. Let me take a look. What's the title?
It should just be law packet. It's like a bunch of case law, I
think. I'm not seeing it here. I have something titled LAO 2009-05.
Oh man, that's jumping back into the child support stuff. Did I send you that? I read you that the other day, didn't I?
I believe so.
About that their appointment, the hearing officer appointment, and how the document purported to give him certain authorities, but in the very same document where it gave a statute, the same statute when it was read said that he didn't have the authority to. That's what that LAD one is. But photographs are hearsay, you know, so we click on that one.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Do the failure to identify. So.
All right, bet. Y'all pull them up right now. All right, so bet while this is loading, we have a cool asking the state, what is it?
You're a legal person. Like we in the matrix, baby. Like this is ours. Everybody has to have a character. Your person, your name in all capital letters. That is your estate. Like we were taught in elementary school. When you engage in commerce, you're utilizing your social security number and your driver's license, state ID. But these things are not representative of you. They're representative of that estate.
How do we identify it? They're asking now, how do you identify it?
You use it every day. It's the only way that you do it.
Hey, yo, see, Yo, I got an issue with this right now because a moment ago, who knew everything? They talk about they a king and they sovereign and all of that kind of shit, right? So how are you asking these questions right now? And I see you associated with a DMX channel. What's up with your Q&A right now, man? One moment ago, you was acting like you're a Mr. Know-It-All, right? You talking about you a king and all of that, right? You know what the state is? Hey, man, come on, man. You back in time out, man. You wasting time over here, man. I ain't with that bullshit, man. I see through the nonsense, man. You got games with you, man. Fuck out of here. My apologies, y'all.
Hiram Art, no, you don't want to denounce your estate. You want to eventually claim your estate. You got a lot of value, like everything that you've been working for all your life, you know, is attached to that estate.
Hey, yo.
I don't know if that was the right document or not, but the photographs are hearsay.
Yeah. Let me pull it up right now. Yeah, photograph of hearsay. We got it up right now. Yeah, it says appellant Khalid responded the people. All right, Superior Court of California, County of Orange.
Did it give a holding? Like go down to see if it gave a holding.
Go down to where?
See if the judge like made a holding in the case. You know, like where it says why he did what he did.
Man. Appellant objected to the introduction of the photographs and declaration as inadmissible hearsay and violative of appellant's confrontation rights. Judge's holding. Factual summary: no police officer witnessed the alleged traffic violation.
Yep, one of the rules of civil procedure means you have to have a witness with first-hand personal knowledge. So, you know, that's for all them traffic tickets, them camera traffic tickets and stuff. Photographs are hearsay. See that? No one with personal knowledge testified.
Hey, yo, why am I being so tough? Hey, yo, because we got people that's disrespectful as fuck. Yo, I don't know how many of y'all went to school, right? I don't know how many of y'all went to school and y'all had the teacher. Okay? Y'all sat down in the classroom and y'all was obedient kids. Yo, Terry Bow is providing information for free right now. This is time and his energy. Right? I respect our people's time and energy. And it's mad disrespectful when we got people that's causing confusion. We got people that are asking questions that need their questions answered. They're dealing with real world issues in real time. No, we just had this dude asking all these questions. He know what's up already. He just said he was a king and he's sovereign. He just said that. He just said he's king and he's sovereign. He don't know what the fucking estate is. How you a king and you sovereign? You know what the fucking estate is? That's ridiculous, man. Come on, y'all.
Well, I mean, everybody at different stages in their growth. You know, he owns some right knowledge. You know, but you know.
But he needs to just simply listen. Because he simply needs to listen. That's right. That's right, Buck. Because you idiots don't know how to shut the fuck up and listen. When y'all was in school, when y'all be dealing with COs, correctional officers, these police officers, these judges, and all these different kind of people, the prosecutors, these attorneys y'all be paying for, y'all let them do all the talking, right? And y'all paid them. This is real serious right here. This man, Terry Bow, has volunteered his time and his energy to share quality information to the people. I'm just not with the confusion, y'all. That's simple. My apologies, Terry.
It's all good. I already know.
It's just disrespectful to me, man.
Yeah, but you know, like we were saying yesterday, you know, this is the downside of providing this information for the free. You gotta entertain all of this This extra stuff. Just got not tuned into it. I ain't really bothered by it. I'm used to it. All of the guys that I watched coming up, when I was in my growth, they all had to deal with it. And they done all, been down and back up behind it. So that's the one thing I won't do. I don't engage in none of that negative energy. You got to indulge in it. You have to recognize it for it to even be, effective.
Absolutely.
Look to the next question.
No doubt. Hold on. I don't know if there's another question right here, but I'm gonna put it like this, man. We got people out here. I interact with people that's homeless out here, man. People that's fresh out of jail out here. People that's working to transition their life into better situations and better positions. People that really want to live. You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of work that I'm engaged in every day. This is time right now. Right now, this time putting together this presentation so that X amount of hundreds to thousands of people can receive this. You know what I'm saying? This is time away from this other work that got to get done. All these different 501c3s and D organizations, all right? Yo, they supposed to have been supposedly putting in work for the people, right? Letting the people know what's really going on and how to really deal with all of this madness, right? Our people's out here suffering in real time, man. And we're working towards improving conditions for our people, for our American people. Yo, Hiram Art, yo, feel free to go back and, we're not going to be here in 30 minutes, man. We got other work to do. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to remember. Hiram Art, that name sounds familiar. I feel like he's from another platform.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I think he do some Aboriginal work too. I believe.
Does he have a question?
I watch some of his content.
Oh, word. So Hiram Art got some good content? That's what's up.
I believe so. If that's what I think it is.
I bet. Yo, Hiram Art, you got some content? You got a question right now? What's up? Yeah, what's your question? Hold on, let me scroll back up real quick. Okay, calm down. No. No, my energy stay good, man. Don't even worry about my energy, man. My energy great. Hold on.
Yeah, Hiram, I believe he runs with Drop 432 Drop Radio, the one I was telling you about a while back.
Oh, word, yeah. I still haven't checked them out. Still haven't had a chance to check them out. But they got quality over there?
Oh yeah, much love, Hiram. Hey,
oh, well, I bet. Yo. I'm saying, yo, you just said Hiram all good peoples. That's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I mean,
they got good info. Matter of fact, though, they got a pretty extensive library of Aboriginal information over there too. I forgot to tell you that.
Good to know. All right. Yeah, see, this is what I'm about right here. Like, I'm not a quote unquote hater, y'all. I just don't like when people come with confusion. I haven't seen you come with no confusion. You see what I'm saying? But like, yo, we got all these different people. Like this one year alone, we done had so many people ripping content, slandering different A4 peoples, man. A4 opens, welcomes people with open arms. You know what I'm saying? And like so many people trying to stab us in the back, man, and that's crazy. I'm just not with that. You feel me? So like, yo, Hiram Art, yo, much appreciation to you for your presence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do a lot of building on our South American folks. They down in like Peru and stuff. They do a lot.
Oh,
of
word?
Oh yeah.
Who down in Peru?
Man, that's where they information, like their search. Like we do a lot of stuff up here in North America.
Oh, you
information like they dropping.
Oh, you talking about 432? You talking about 432 and Hiram Art?
Oh yeah.
Oh, word, yo, that's what's up. Yo, hey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Hiram Art, I see you right there. You said never that I'm the guardian. Yo, that's what it is, man. I appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah.
Yo, we can go. We open a collaborating, yo. That's right.
They ain't just YouTube soldiers. They put feet on the ground.
That's good. That's good. That's what it's about, man. You know what I mean? I'm just not with the confusion, man, because confusion is what causes division, man. We got people making confused statements and this, that, and the other. Meanwhile, they got a little bit of following this, that, and the other for whatever reasons they got a following. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy. And like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hey, Terry Bo, I know your time is limited. You know what I mean? I appreciate your time and your energy. Question, yo, will you be available to come back on and share more information?
Oh yeah, if people want me to come back through and drop, man, I'll come back and drop. No problem. This is what I do. This is my lifestyle. I think every day.
That's what it is. And also, let me go to put your email address back in there too. You know what I mean? Hold on. Your email is what was that? ballheadT@gmail.
At Gmail.
Yeah. Holla at Terry Bull. Holla at him. You know what I mean? This is what he does, man. You know what I mean? He about that work, yo. Like I'm not gonna bring nobody to the platform that ain't getting busy, man. Straight up, yo. I don't fuck with people that don't get busy. All right, so Evan Nathaniel got a question. Do you have info on passport applications for one status?
Not specifically pertaining to passport. You know, I've seen so much different stuff in the past couple months. There's one guy made his own travel book. You know, I know y'all heard about the authenticated birth certificate. You know, like that's an authenticated document. It's an official document. That document combined with, you know, an affidavit and a photographic affidavit, you know, has been used to travel. As long as you know how to stand on your rights, as long as you know you can explain it, as long as you ain't somebody who just printed it off the internet trying it. Like, if you know what you're doing, you don't have to have all of this stuff that they tell you have to have.
Yeah, yo, you can't be out here playing, man. Just copy and paste them documents and words, and you don't know what none of this means. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, yeah, you got the lowercase, uppercase. You got so many variations in law, so many different applications, and you need to know what you're doing. You need to know what you're communicating, because like they said, it's real simple. What you say can and will be used against you. Got to know what you're communicating.
Oh yeah.
Remember, y'all, these third party entities, man, they speak with a forked tongue. You may be telling the truth, but you have to be able to articulate your truth in some cases and instances.
Oh yeah. Aboriginal Leo, yep. You know it. The way that you sign your signature too, man, like you gotta be aware of the way that you sign your signature. If you just put your signature on a piece of paper, that's one thing. But you're signing as that entity that's listed on that paper. So to sign as an authorized representative of your person removes the liability from you as the man. So yes, learn the power of authorized representative.
Hey, y'all, I'm grateful for y'all, man. Yo, tell you how to sign. I mean, yo, Aboriginal Leo just put it right there. UCC 1308. Reservation of your rights. All rights reserved. Every time you sign, you reserve your rights. Terry, you want to add on that?
No, I'm good. If ain't nobody got no more questions, we'll pop back at y'all.
All right. That's what's up, y'all. Hey, yo, Terry Bow, we appreciate you, man. You know, people are pleased, it seems. You know what I'm saying? It seems like everybody's good. How y'all feel about Terry Bow, y'all? You know what I mean?
Much appreciation to A4. Much appreciation to Mr. Davis for letting us on the platform.
Yeah.
I hope y'all got as much as y'all needed to get.
Yeah, and Terry, yo,
as far as that A for V stuff goes, I would tell you to start looking into commercial banking. Study UCC 3 and UCC Chapter 9 and learn the definitions. The definitions are the key to understanding how to utilize negotiable instruments.
Define everything, yeah. Define everything. Know what you're communicating. Know what you're communicating. Yo, everyone in the chat, we appreciate y'all. Hey, Buck, I see you. How you doing? You know, Terry Bose he's going to be back. African American Africans, A4 Truth. Coward season is over. Scalp season is on. Kill foreign media. Kill confusion. Kill your TV. Kill propaganda, etc. Kill the nonsense, y'all. We got too much work to do out here. We got to support each other. We got to take care of each other out here. Straight up, man. Y'all be good.
Peace.